welcome everyone to the JBRL uh, F2 series. It seems that we have 7 people, but I think there might be 1 or 2 more latecomers. Currently, they're doing their one-shot qualifying, and then right afterwards, they're going to do a feature or slash, I think a sprint race it's called or something like that. And then, that's weird. And then afterwards, we'll do the main event here at Bahrain. I think there's about 16 or so laps for it. But I actually don't know many of these F2 teams. I know there's Trident and Prima, but that's about it. So I'm gonna go off with the. Ooh, and someone's around. Looks like plays. So just gonna go with the F1 teams just to confuse some people. So there's 2 Ferraris in the field. Looks like we got a Williams, a McLaren, a Haas, and then those 2 blue ones. I don't know. I guess those could just still be Trident. Anyways. I don't really know who's going to be the fastest here, especially because it's just one-shot qualifying for the sprint race. And I think the sprint race is about 10 or 12 laps long. But Madsen or Bob might be some of the fastest cars out there. Pretty small field compared to the, I think, 14 or so people who did race yesterday in the F1 series. Not much to commentate here for the one-shot qualifying, as Madsen, looks like Madsen the fastest right there, starting up front for the sprint race, I believe. Yes, also sorry, excuse me if I cough too much. I have a little bit of a cold, but it's alright. So Madsen first, Bob second, CSKL third, JB fourth, Place 5th, someone 6th, and variable 1 7th. So when the timer runs down, they will go to the I believe 10 or 12 lap sprint race before they do the feature race here at Bahrain. So yeah, Prima Racing, Trident, Carlin, Campos, and High Tech. Might not gonna remember that. Don't know these F2 teams as well as the F1 ones. Oh jeez. Oh. now they're now they're getting to the it did look like about 12 lap sprint race here, and then that will also set up the lineup for today's main event, which is a 16 lap, I believe. So a little bit shorter than yesterday's race at Miami for the F1 cars. So it looks like they are not going to do their pace lap. We have 12 laps, it seems, here for the sprint race. There's 7 cars on the field, so hopefully there's 1 or 2 more that'll be able to join in the main event later in a little bit. The variable 1 started up front, then someone no one, then plays JB, CSKL, Bop starting 6th, and then in the back you have Madsen, because I believe the qualifying might have reversed orders. I'm not entirely sure how it works, because I am not the biggest expert on this kind of thing, but that is alright. So we'll follow variable 1, so you'll start up front here. Nothing too much to say about during these pace lap here at Bahrain. Very interesting track. I do like this track. I mean, it's not one of my best, but it's alright. I would say. But hopefully it could be a good race and close matchups, so it's not. So everyone isn't too far spread out, either here in the sprint race or in the main event. as they're almost finishing up. Some of these drivers almost finishing up their pace lap here. They're getting back to the checkered flag. And there we go. We have variable 1, someone no one. Plays JB, CSKL. Oh, that's a Bop and Madsen. Madsen looks like to be one of the last cars to line up here during the final few seconds of the pace lap. Here we go. They are off here. The F2 cars, Bahrain, for the 12-lap sprint race. As variable 1, how about Bob? He got an amazing start. Went from 6th to 2nd on that one start. See if we can change the camera. There we go. Bit better camera. How about Madsen? Him and Bob starting 6th and 7th, all the way up to 2nd and 3rd already. Variable 1 and Madsen are teammates right now, so they might want to try and work together to get past Bop here and run away from everyone else. Madsen, he's gonna fight. He's fighting hard with it. Plays running 4th. Ooh, slight contact is made between Bop and variable 1 right there. Entering the first few turns. Ooh, way wide. I think that was I believe that was Madsen. Yeah, he got a little bit more wide there because here comes Bop underneath him, but he can't quite get the run on him. So variable 1 keeps the lead. Bop to 3rd. Plays making a move for it. Not quite gonna work. He falls to 5th as CSKL passes him for 4th. And then the 2 train cars are running 6th and 7th right now. Battle for 3rd is slightly heating up. CSKL trying to get around Bop here for 3rd. As it looks like those 2 Prima Racing cars up in the front too, running pretty well. Huge train of cars from 2nd to 6th. As Plays is around. Madsen might have lagged out. Plays is around. So he will fall back to 7th. So Bob trying to get around Madsen's AI there because Madsen didn't connect. Same with CSKL trying to get around in there. So how about CSKL from, I believe, 5th to 3rd. Variable 1 with the fastest lap, but it's only lap 1. As you can see, they're trying to use all the help they can get down this long straightaway. Entering the first corner, huge braking zone. Can't quite get the run on Bop. Madsen still, I think he still has to connect, or he might have connected already, but I don't believe so. So he might still be dropping back quite some, but hopefully he can catch up some of those spots later throughout the race. I don't believe there will be any pit stops needed here, as there's only 12 laps. CSKL having a good race in 3rd. How about Bop in 2nd? He is slowly catching up to the leader, variable 1. Side by side, variable. He didn't get the best corner right there as Bob goes around him, going to the 2nd heavy braking zone, as well as CSKL right on variable 1's tail for 2nd. And Madsen is in 4th. I think he's about a 2nd behind CSKL, and then else JB in 5th, also 2nd behind Madsen. How about that? There's a good battle between 6th and 7th, between someone, no one in Plays, making a move. Plays moves up to 6th place over him. How about the battle for 3rd? It's still going on. Variable 1 against CSKL. As Bop, he's just looking behind his mirror. He's enjoying this. These two keep battling at each other as they're going to go down this straightaway into the final corner, and then long straightaway where he might use his overtake here to try and get past the variable 1 for 2nd, and then try and catch up to Bop. That's a Bop, the fastest lap, and then Plays steals it with an even faster lap, the 142.7. DRS is now enabled. Plays is trying to make a move on JBTC for 5th. Tries to get under him. It's not going to work out quite well. JB has the outside run on him. Looks like Madsen has reconnected because he is catching quick to CSKL. CSKL trying to gain ground on variable 1 for second, all over the back bumper. Basically trying to draft off him. Going to this amazing corner by CSKL. Variable 1 with a little slip up, but he kept it going pretty strong. So he's still trying to... Oh, and he turns him. Oh, they make contact, and around goes variable 1. So he will fall to 7th. He might have a lot of time to gain here. Hopefully he can do it. But CSKL is falling back 2 spots already. He might have had a bad corner or something. No, Matson just reconnected, actually. So that was his AI. So he's up to 2nd, but he's about 3.5 seconds behind Bop, who is leading this race. Quite good for right now. But you never know, because Matson, he did look a bit quicker than Bop. But he has about 4 seconds to catch up. But JB, he's up to 3rd. Plays is in 4th. CSKL fell from 2nd to 5th. Someone still hanging in 6th. And then variable 1 has a lot of time to make up. Good battles between 3rd through 6th, it looks like. It's JBTC and CSKL fighting each other. How about... Oh, that's Bop with the fast slap. Oh, and there's a caution. Looks like no one might have spun or something, because he might lose his position to variable 1. Because variable 1 has a huge run against him, so variable 1 will move up to 6th place here into the first corner. How about plays? He's in 5th. JB still losing time to CSKL. Fell to 4th. CSKL moves up to 2nd. It's like Bop is still running away with this thing. He's about 5.2 second lead over Madsen, who's in 2nd. There's still about 8 or so laps left here in the sprint race before the main event, 16 lapper right after this. How about side by side behind Madsen into the corner, but CSKL is going to have a better run off it. Him and JB have been fighting throughout the last 2 laps for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Because Plays is also behind them as Plays trying to get a good run on JBTC right there for 4th. And also variable 1, no one, side by side for 6th. Plays still trying to fight JBTC for 4th, side by side with him into that corner there for a second. But JBTC, he will hang on to 4th. Ooh, thought he nearly swiped him right there. But he's losing time to CSKL because CSKL has that DRS within 1 second to Madsen. Madsen, I don't know what happened, but Bob might have slipped up or something because Bob went from a 5.5 second lead to under 2 seconds. So Madsen might be a little bit faster, as a 141.5. Madsen is kind of catching him too. CSKL. Oh, and there's a spin. Oh, looks like no one. Looks like he might have spun out there. It looks like into the fine corner there before the start-finish line. So hopefully he can catch back up. Oh, how about this? Good battle still going on between JBTC and Plays. 4th and 5th going on. Still a good battle going on. Plays gets around JB for 4th here. But JB, he's still going to be in range for that DRS if he has any more takeover that he can use, if he hasn't used it up all already, or almost all of it. But CSKL still within the second range of 2nd. Madsen, he's about 1.6 back from the leader. He's slowly catching up to Bob, so Bob might need to try and find a way to get a little bit faster pace out of that car. But CSKL still putting out the pressure on Madsen for 2nd. So he's about, a little wiggle from CSKL. He's still about 0.5, 0.4 seconds behind Madsen. You know, going out of these corners, you have that DRS zone that he can use on him. Plays and JB still close to together. You're entering this DRS zone here or either the next straightaway. You can gain some time on the other guy if you're within a second. This CSKL is still trying pretty hard to try and catch up to the Madsen. Madsen also, he's really fast right now. So he's about 1.5 seconds behind Bop. CSKL using all that DRS down the straightaway into the first heavy brake and turn 1. I don't know. Oh, and he's around. CSKL goes around to in the first turn. He will get passed by Plays and JB's. So Plays up to third, JB's in fourth. CSKL fell to fifth there. Hopefully he can regain some time there. So Madsen, he's still trying to find time against Bob. He's about 2 seconds behind him. But there's about 7 laps left, or 6.5. How many close battles going on? CSKL might slowly creep up and catch up to JB and Plays there. The Plays doing pretty well running in third right now. CSKL, you can see there goes the DRS, there go up the wings. He's 0.3 behind him. He's going to try it. Into the corner, can't quite get it, but he will be close to either pass him on either one of the 2 straightaways with the DRS enabled. CSKL with that spin in turn 1. About 3/4 of a lap ago. Trying to get past JB, nearly gets to the corner panel, or corner wheel, I would say. Trying to use what he can. Yep, trying to use that overtake. Trying to get past JB for 4th here. So hopefully he can also try and catch up to Plays in 3rd. Into the corner, still side by side. This is where their DRS zone is going to open up. See what happens here down the long straightaway. And then there's also that heavy braking into turn 1 there. Or last time by, CSKL, I think he might have pushed it too hard and spun out. Still side by side. Has the racing line. Passes him for 4th, so CSKL moves up to 4th for now. But he's still about 2.5 seconds behind Plays for 3rd. And I think Bop is finding a bit more pace because Madsen went from 1.5 seconds to about 1.9 to 2 seconds. So Bop just has to run another 5 or so clean laps and he might have this. His Plays running decently in 3rd. Closest battle we'll keep looking on is between CSKL and JB for 4th and 5th. Oh, and there's a Sector 1 caution. No one is around once again. I think he might have hit the curbing a little bit too hard or something. He got loose and turned around there. So he will lose more time. He might end up finishing 7th here, but maybe not. JB lost quite a bit of time actually while we were watching no one's spin out there. He might have gotten loose or just had not a good braking zone into that second heavy braking zone here at Bahrain. Because he's about 2.3 seconds behind him. He was about 0.7, 0.8. So CSKL, he might just be focused on trying to catch up to Plays for 3rd place. Because he's about 3 or so seconds behind him. Madsen's slowly trying to find time against Bob. He's about 1.7 behind him, 1.6. Closest he's been was about 1.5. You see these top 3, they're all on that long straightaway. You can see CSKL there in the background as well. So CSKL, I don't know if he might have the time to catch up to Plays, but you never know, because we've seen a couple spins here already in the sprint race from Variable 1, and CSKL, I believe. This is Madsen still running 2nd, trying to find any time he can to try and catch up to. Oh, that's a Bop, who's currently leading. He's been leading most of this race, or every lap, I believe. So he gains some time, but other places on the track he loses time. But how about Plays? He's about 2.3 seconds back behind Madsen. And CSKL's about the same time we've seen him behind Plays for about the last lap or so. And JB is about 4 seconds behind him in 5th. So not many close battles going on. The closest that is going on right now is between Bop and Madsen, but they're about 2 seconds apart. But good exit there for Madsen, as he's about 1.8 behind him now. You might just have to beat him braking in the turns. He might slowly catch up to him, but I don't know if he has enough time. Because when Bob crosses the line here, there's about 4 laps to go. Now he's about 2 seconds. 2 seconds behind him. CSKL with the fastest lap, with the 141.2. So I don't know if he'll slowly catch up to Plays, but Plays is slowly catching up to Matson. So we can see what happens with that. As the top three are pretty much split evenly, about 1.82 seconds apart from each other, basically. So not much passing action going on here. It's just mainly the last few laps. We've seen a spin or two, mainly from someone no one. But please, does he have the speed to try and catch up to Matson, or is he running out of time? How about Matson? He's actually gained about half a second or so against Bob. I don't know if he just had a really good braking, or Bob might have got a little loose or something. Especially with that heavy braking area, you got to be very cautious and try and perfect it. Because if he gets within that 1 second, that DRS is going to open up. He'll catch up to Bob pretty quickly. But Plays is also slowly catching up, so it's still a decent battle evenly between these top three. If Matson can find the speed within the last 3.25 laps, he'll be set to get try and get around Bop or something. 'Cause he's almost within the DRS range. He's just got to try and stick with him in the corners and the braking, especially in those two heavy braking turns. So now we are 3 laps to go here in the sprint race at Bahrain. CSKL with another fastest lap, 2 in a row for him. But it doesn't look like he's catching up to Plays, as I think these top 3 might be running almost as fast or similar lap times as CSKL is. But Matson, he's almost in DRS range, 1.1 back. If he gets into another 10th or 2, he might be all set. Oh, you got a little wide there. Might mess him up here in the turns, but you never know. Just has to take it a bit easy. Don't want to overcorrect it too much. Have good brakings and all that. He's nearly within DRS range. If he can have a better corner in the second heavy braking area, then Bob, he might have a chance to get the DRS on him and try and make a pass for the lead in these last few laps. Plays is still about 1.7 behind Matson. CSKL has gained about a second or so on Plays. Might not have enough time, but you never know, because he's had the fastest 2 laps the last 2 laps. But Matson, he's trying everything he can. He's under a second right now. We'll wait to see if that changes outside the corner. No. He's under a second. He has the DRS now. It's either here or in the next straightaway. It's about 0.9, 0.8. He has to have a really good turn here, and he does. Excellent turn. He has to keep it. Yep, he's slowly closing in. He has DRS now against Bob. 2 laps to go here in the sprint race. That DRS, he's using all of it. CSKL, once again, 3rd time in a row, fastest lap. Another half second quicker. He's catching pretty quickly to place for 3rd. I don't know if he has enough time, but you never know. There's 2 laps to go. And Matson is caught up to Bob. He's about half a second back now. And he does have DRS as well. So he's going to use that in as much overtake as he can to try and get close and around Bob. But yeah, we never know what happens until we get to these DRS zones. Matson, I think he might be a little bit better at the braking zones than Bob. Oh, Bob went a little wide there. Here comes Matson. He's right behind Bob. All of a sudden. Can he get the run off the corner? He's still with him. If he gets a good run off here in the braking zone and then use that DRS, he might be set to try and make a pass on him soon. As you can see, the DRS. He's trying to use anything, trying to slowly catching up to Bob. Might pressure Bob into making a mistake. You never know. Oh, he does. No, he doesn't. He went wide. He does. Matson going around Bob here. Nearly making contact. Matson just got past Bob. Bob had a 5.5 second lead, and now with about 1.5 laps left, Matson has passed him. You can't forget, going to this straightaway for the final lap, DRS will be on, so what will Matson do? And what if these 2 wreck? What if Plays is going to steal it? Or CSKL, see if he has another fastest lap for the 4th lap in a row. Final lap here. for the sprint race at Bahrain. Here he comes. He goes defensive on the inside. Bob trying to go around the outside, using all the DRS he can. Can't quite get it. Tries to make another cut into the corner. Can't quite get it. Still behind Madsen. Here's another DRS opportunity for Bob here. I don't think he can get it. Madsen, he might go defensive. He does a little bit. Bob trying to do anything he can to get around Madsen. Goes a little wide, hitting the curb. Plays and CSKL. They're both catching up to these two. Especially Plays gets within a second of these two. He's also in the picture. Especially because Plays is caught up significantly. Bob is now about half a second behind, but he might have a better run coming off that corner. Same with Plays. Plays is also within a second of these two. So Bob and Plays are going to get DRS going down this straightaway into the corners. So we'll see what happens. This is definitely going to be close between these three drivers. LC's KL, he is also within a second of someone trying to catch up. I don't know if he might have enough time though. Can Madsen do it? Can he hold off Bob, Plays, and CSKL? See what happens. I think Bob's slowly losing time on him because Plays and CSKL using the draft off him. Have him down this straightaway. Last time people are going to use all the overtake they have and then what's left. It's not going to quite work out. Madsen, amazing recovery. Gets past Bob to win the sprint race at Bahrain, and CSKL with the fastest lap once again. Bob second, Plays in third, CSKL fourth. JBTC will get around the final corner here. Oh, it's not the final corner, or is it? It is the final corner. JB will finish in fifth. So wait for variable 1. Get around the final corner here. And finish 6th. And no one. 2 seconds behind him will finish 7th here in the sprint race at Bahrain. Pretty good racing there at the last 2 laps or so for Madsen, as he quickly caught up to Bob and passed him for first place here in the sprint race. As driver of the day also goes to Madsen, so congratulations to him on a really good sprint race here. As right after this, we're going to go to the main event, 16 laps here at Bahrain, where I think we might have 1 or 2 late joiners here, so we can have a bit of a larger field here. You can see there, Madsen first, Bob second, Plays third, CSKL fourth, JBTC fifth, variable 1 6th, no one 7th. Now is the sprint race. So right after 1 or 2 more late joiners, and then we can get the main event, 16 laps here at Bahrain for these F2 drivers. But CSKL are 2 fastest laps already. We're having some technical difficulties because it's F1 2022. So we will be back in a little bit to restart the lobby and all that. Everyone, we have even more technical difficulties, so we have to restart and make another new lobby or something. So, we'll be back in another couple minutes. Thank you for waiting if you are watching. I'm sorry. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. We've finally, hopefully solved these technical problems that we've been having for the past 15 something minutes. But anyways, everything's all set now to do the main event, which is hopefully still 16 or so laps. Someone was going to join late, but they were not able to, so we still have our 7-car field. And they are underway for their pace lap here. This is the main event, folks. 16 laps here at Bahrain. As during the sprint race, it looks like CSKL plays Bob and Madsen. Seemed like to be a good battle in the longer runs, especially CSKL. JBTC running decently, same with Variable 1 and some with no one. But it's the main event, so hopefully they can minimize their mistakes here. While they're under this pace lap, I can tell you some of the facts that happened during the sprint race. There was, I believe, 5 spins. 3 of them were from someone no one. 1 of them from Variable 1 and 1 from CSKL. The only teams are the Tridents, both Tridents of both Prima Racing, Variable 1 and Madsen. Bob is High Tech, I believe it's called. Plays is on Carlin or something. And CSKL, I've no clue, but it's orange, so I'm gonna say McLaren. Or not McLaren. So we'll start through the field from back 7th to 1st. Starting 7th, today's race, someone no one, and the Trident. Starting 6th, Variable 1 in the Prima Racing car. And starting 5th is GBTC, the other Trident driver. Starting 4th is CSKL, the I don't know team. And starting 3rd is Plays in the Carlin or whatever it's called, something similar. Starting 2nd in the front row is That's a Bop in the High Tech car. And the starting up front are Pole Sitter, especially up front throughout the one-shot qualifying and the sprint race is JB is disqualified. He will still be able to race. Madsen starting up front in the other Prima Racing car. So hopefully he can stay up front, maybe get a first place finish to have a perfect weekend. So that is your starting grid for today's race. And lap 2. That was a weird glitch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are underway. Green flag is out now for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lap 1 out of 16. We have a good sized race time-wise here today. As Madsen and Bob are already fighting each other. And then how about Plays and JB? Someone, no one up to 5th in that one corner. Good for him. CSKL fell to 7th. Variable 1 and 6th. Close racing throughout. How about side by side for 2nd? Plays. Oh no, that's not Plays. That's the leader, Madsen. Trying to keep the lead from Bop, but Bop is all over the back bumper of him. But Plays, he's still easily behind these two as he tries to make a move on Bop, but he might have a good run off this corner. Oh, someone's around. Someone, no one. I think both him and JB, both the Tridents were side by side. I think he just got loose there on pushed too hard in that corner. So hopefully he can minimize the spins because it is only lap 1. But how about Variable 1 and 6, CSKL in 5th. Hopefully trying to catch back up. JD 4th, Plays in 3rd, Bop's in 2nd. Let's keep watching these 3 battle. Madsen, Bop, and Plays. A better camera view. Not too many trees or other stuff in the way with this camera view. Anyways, these 3 are pretty close. I'm trying to get around Madsen. Plays is still there. CSKL, yeah, as you can see, he's slowly trying to close it on JB for 4th. Madsen with the fastest lap, but it's only lap 1. than any other lap. CSKL during that sprint race had 4 different times he had the fastest lap out of anyone. With CSKL though, oh, he bumps JB. JB gets a little loose there into the corner. He's going to lose quite a bit of time. Oh, is he still wiggling, gets in the grass, loses a ton of time to JB. So a little slight tap there costs him a couple seconds. These three are still battling pretty close to each other. Mets is still leading. Bop and Plays both about 0.2 seconds back between each other. Who Plays underneath Bop makes slight contact with the rear wheel. Can't quite get him. Maybe can get him on this braking zone or the run after it. This DRS will be enabled in another lap or two. So that will also change the game. Because these three are still pretty much 0.30 seconds with each other. Madsen, he's slowly gaining. He's slowly gaining time on Bop and Plays. Because I think Plays is fighting with Bop right now. CSKL, he's got about a second on GB, so I think he could try and make a bit of a cleaner move on him and hopefully don't spin out. Well, Bob goes a little bit too wide there into the final turn. Plays catches up to him a little bit. It's Madsen once again with the fastest lap. His DRS is now enabled. This is definitely going to change up some things. As Bob's still slowly losing time to Madsen. As Madsen, I think, in the sprint race, he wasn't leading until like the very last lap. So that's probably changing this the way this race is going right now. Bob's in second, about almost at a DRS range from Madsen. Plays in third, still behind Bob. He's in DRS range to him. Might make a pass on him soon. How about CSKL? JB side by side into the corner. CSKL gets around him, but remember DRS is on, so maybe JB can get a run on him. Oh, he goes to the inside. Whoa! CSKL way on the outside. Trying to get it back together. JB with that DRS is slightly faster. Trying to make a move in the corner. Can't quite get it. But he does side by side. He's on the outside. JB's on the inside of him. JB does get past him here. But once they get back into that DRS zone, I'll tell you, CSKL is going to get around him. No one slowly catching up to variable one. It's about half second behind him. Ooh, a little wiggle there. How about these two closest battle on the track right now? CSKL against GBTC trying to get fourth. Madsen with another fast lap. Here comes the DRS zone. Yep, goes JB tries to go defensive on the outside. Goes CSKL. Going to the first corner. CSKL on the outside has an amazing run. Gets past JB for fourth. Well, we try to make another move, that DRS range. Goes GB once again on the inside to CSKL. Can he get it? I think he might. Still side by side. Gets past him, but here comes CSKL. A little bit better the racing line, side by side. Still tries the inside maneuver, side by side for fourth place going on right here. As Place got past Bob's, so Bob fell to third. We're watching this battle fourth and fifth. Ooh. So CSKL gets past JB. I think JB got a little loose there or something. Got slowed down a bit. So he falls to fifth. He might be outside of DRS range. Variable one. How about someone no one still right? Oh, right behind him. Nearly slamming into the back bumper of him almost. He might get him within the next DRS range and that straightaway. See him. Oh, caution. I don't know what. I think variable 1 might have got loose or something. Or slowed down. Not entirely sure. Or CSKL lost quite a bit of time with him and JB. Bob's in third. Trying to make a move on plays. He's in the using all the DRS he can. Excuse me. Oh, he's got a good run on plays here. Trying to get past him for second so he can try and catch up to Madsen. Because Madsen, he's still about a second, about 0.9 seconds to about a second ahead of these two. Let's see if Bob can try and get around plays here. Might not get it in these corners, but after that braking zone, that DRS zone, and then after that, you have those two straightaways. He just has to stay within about a second for with plays. Trying to get DRS. Oh, plays went way wide there in the heavy braking zone. So Bob, getting lucky right there. He moves up back up to second, but plays is still right behind him, and they are both in that DRS zone. Let's see, CSKL just got past GBTC for fourth. Those two are still battling at it. Someone no one in 6. He's about 5 seconds back, and then variable 1 7th, about 4.5 behind someone no one. So we'll continue to watch this battle between Bob and Plays. See this straight, trying to use the overtake there. Almost getting in the corner. If he has a good corner, he can use the DRS in this long straightaway. He's trying to get past Bob in the first corner there. As you can see, we've already had some action going on in the first corner, and it's only been within the first half of the race. As he does get around Bob for second. So I think him and Bob might be battling each other. For second and third. And that might help out Madsen to get a bit of a bigger lead on these two. Of Plays and Bob. So Madsen could try and get the perfect weekend here at Bahrain. Bob went a little wide there. Lost a little bit. It lost quite a bit of time there. Still able to keep it. Finish second. Try and get in the DRS range. Yep, he is still within DRS range of Plays. Plays isn't, though, in DRS range with Madsen. Madsen's just about a second ahead of him. See all the DRS being used and Bob trying to catch up and pass Plays. The Plays is also pretty quick here. Just trying to get under a second to try and get in the DRS range of Madsen. So you can try. So Madsen got a little wide there. Lost about a tenth to Plays. CSKL's in fourth. He's losing time on JB. He's gaining. I mean, he's gaining time in JB, but I think he might be slowly losing time to Bop and Plays and Madsen. As Plays is under a second to Madsen, so he's in the DRS range. I know CSKL had really fast laps later in the longer runs of the race, as you saw it in the sprint race. How about that? Plays is still trying to keep up with a second to Madsen. Not trying to get Madsen too far out in the lead. But Bob, he's still right next to Plays. He's about within a car length of him. Could get him in the next DRS range, but you never know. So he's holding him off. CSKL running fourth. Still losing time on the other 3 guys ahead of him. JB running 5th, his teammate, someone no one in 6th, the variable one running 7th. Got Plays and Bop still fighting each other. For 2nd and 3rd, it's pretty much going to be a close race between these 3 until someone slips up or something. Or a safety car might come out. As though you see Bop, I think, a little wide there. Oh, still a little wide. Might lose a little bit of time here. Everyone's getting a little too wide. Trying to gain as much time as they can on each other. Plays still within a second of Matson. Can't quite catch up because Bop is also still there. Oh, so he's entering the pits. Oh, and Plays gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that is not good for him as he was running really well there. Yeah, like it's the CSKL with the really fast lap 141.6. As you can see, the longer the run, the faster he goes. JB is also into the pits now. Here comes someone knowing. Oh, and he also sped down into the pit lane, so he'll have to try and get rid of that penalty there. So variable 1 stays out. So he will move up to 4th, plays 5th, JB 6th, someone knowing in 7th now. Well, Bop. It's just Bop and Matson right now. Without Play, since Play's pitted, he also has that penalty, same with someone no one. Looks like it's between Matson and Bop right now, unless CSKL runs some really, really fast laps here. As he just took the fast lap. Oh, something happened to Bop. I think he took that corner way too much. Had to recorrect himself. So he lost about a second or so on Matson. So that's not good. Everyone else that pitted just came out of the pits. JBTC and someone no one both just pitted. Someone no one with also another speeding penalty, so you have to try and get rid of it. Sector 2 caution. Look, oh, CSKL might have spun or something. So that he's going to lose a lot of time there, but still currently running 3rd. I think Matson, Bop, CSKL, and Variable 1, the 4 cars that still have not pitted yet. And there's about 8 or so laps left in the race. Here comes Matson entering the pits. Same with Bop right behind him. Good job on them both not speeding. Here comes CSKL. Is he going to come down pit road or stay out? He's going to continue to stay out here. What about Variable 1? Variable 1, let's see if he stays out. Plays is catching up to him because Plays pitted about a lap ago. But remember, Plays does have that 5-second penalty as there's a Sector 2 caution. Looks like JBTC might have spun it. And a Sector 3 caution. Still might have been JB who spun around. It's Variable 1. He moves up to 2nd. Matson Plays up to 3rd. Matson, Bob fell to 4th and 5th because they just pitted. But they did not have a 10 penalty, so get on them. So Variable 1, CSKL, the only 2 drivers still left to pit. We spectate Variable 1 and CSKL with a tremendous lead as of right now. Might have to come down pit road. Same with him and Variable 1. Plays in 3rd with that 5-second penalty. He's currently in 5th. Trying to get around Variable 1 and those older tires. Then the drivers behind him, Please, Matson and Bop. Matson and Bop with those cold tires, but with another lap or 2, it'll be a bit better. Please goes right around Variable 1. Plays up to 2nd, but he still has that penalty. Oh, and there's contact between Plays and a Variable 1 right there. That's going to both lose on time. That might have helped CSKL just a little bit. There's a Sector 3 caution. Was that CSKL? It might have been. I don't think it was. Can't quite tell who it was. It might have been, no idea. CSKL still not coming down. I wonder if he's just going to try and stay out here, as there's about 7 laps left. Him and Variable 1 still have to pit. Oh, slight contact. Bob gets into the back of Variable 1 there a little bit. Variable 1 going to come down pit road, and yes, he is. Hopefully he doesn't speed. And he sped down pit road, the 3rd driver to do that. JB might pass him for 5th there. So the only driver that still has not pitted yet is CSKL, who is about technically 17 seconds in the lead, but it shows 12 and a half. Please has that 5-second penalty, which is not good. As Matson is right behind him. They're catching quick to CSKL, so CSKL, I think he should just come down pit road now. Because if he stays out, I think they're going to catch him within another 2 or so laps. Variable 1 just getting out of pit road now. So has that 5-second penalty, along with someone no one in Plays. JB up to 5th. Bob's in 4th, still trying to catch up to Matson. 3rd. The fight right now is between Matson and Bob. The CSKL depends on if he stays out or pits here. Because personally, I think he should pit. Has a bit fresher tires, and seeing how fast he is, catch up pretty quickly. Could still get a podium finish with CSKL with the 3 other drivers having speeding penalties. Madsen still trying to get around Plays, but Plays is not budging. And Bop is also starting to slowly creep up on these two. CSKL now entering the pits, so he will give up the lead to get some fresh tires. Bop the fastest lap at 140.7. CSKL entering the pits. I think he's now exiting the pits. So he will keep 4th here from JB, so hopefully he can try to catch back up to top 3 finish. With those fresher tires and all. This is a really long pit road, I just realized that. CSKL now just getting out of pit road. Let's see in the background right there is JB. About 3-way battle for the lead going on though. But please, still has that 5-second penalty. These top 3 are still pretty much even between each other. But it's right now between Bop and Madsen. Everyone's making contact with each other. As there's a car, CSKL might have got loose or something. But Plays, I think Plays hitting Madsen, Bop hitting Plays, and Madsen drove away a little bit, Bop up to 2nd. So we'll see what happens there. Spectate Bop as he's trying to defend 2nd from Plays. He's trying to run away from Plays so he can catch up to Madsen. His Plays has that 5-second penalty on him, but he would still technically be in 3rd. So we'll see what happens. They are in the DRS zone, so we'll see what happens with Plays here. Into the first corner, heavy braking zone. I don't think he stayed behind Bop, but that didn't get a good draft. So I think he still is about half a second behind him now. Still lost quite a bit of time actually, but Bop just has to run really good fast laps here. So the closest battle right now is... Oh no, CSKL. Oh, JB's... Come on, camera. I think he might have spun out or something, because he is hardened to the gravel. So he's going to lose a bunch of time there. No one moves up to 5th. CSKL moves up to 4th. If maybe by the end of this he catches up a ton of time, could try and get past Plays for 3rd, because Plays has that 5-second penalty. But Plays has lost the DRS to Bop, but Bop's still trying to keep it in range. I think something happened to Madsen. Madsen might have slipped up there. Bop goes right around him for the lead. Same with Plays. Oh, and he leaves. I think he got disconnected or something. That's not good for Madsen. He was running really strong. So his AI is taking over now. So he's going to lose time to these two. So that is not good. Especially when there's only about 4 or so laps left in the race. That can also help CSKL out a little bit to gain some time. So if Bop can keep his lead for the next few laps, he might have this one. I know Plays is right behind him, but Plays, once again, the 5-second penalty would still technically put him in 3rd, as Madsen has joined back now. He's about 3 or so seconds back behind these two, and he has to get past Plays and then past Bop. As you see, CSKL fast lap 140.3 with fresher tires. He's caught up about 4 or 5 seconds on these top 3 guys. Oh, they make contact. I don't know what happened there. I think Bob messed up the corner badly and Place hit him from behind. Something happened to Madsen. Madsen. Oh no, I think Madsen just didn't have the best corner, but he still lost about a second or so. CSKL catching up though. He's running some really fast laps. Someone no one in 5th, variable 1 in 6th, JB in 7th. Trying to get around variable 1 for 6th. I think Bob might have got loose or something, had to slow down tremendously. Place tapped him into the back. Plays got past him. But Bob is still in the lead. Plays is technically in 3rd with that time penalty. So right now it's a race between Bob and Madsen. The only way for Plays to win is if he gains time on Madsen or Madsen slips up and Bob slips up. As you can see, a variable 1 and JBTC are fighting for 6th and 7th, but variable 1 and 6th with the time penalty. Spectate Madsen here as he's slowly trying to catch up to Bob with only 3 laps left. Does he have the time to do it? I think Bob is slowly losing time to Plays, but once again Madsen is catching up to Bob. So could no one keep that top 5 finish? Madsen, he might slowly catch up to Bob. This might be a close race, just like the sprint race at the last lap or two. Yeah, you saw he got past Bob using DRS. Will he do it again? Will it be deja vu all over again? We'll come to 2 to go soon. Blaze is still keeping his time. Oh, and there's sector 1 caution. It looks like no one spun around. So he's going to lose quite a bit of time there, which is not good. I thought someone else spun variable 1's catching up to him. CSKL about 12 seconds back. It's definitely going to get interesting. Coming to 2 to go. Madsen, he's about 2 seconds behind Bob. Remember, if he gets within that second, his DRS. We're coming to 2 to go here at Bahrain. Can Madsen catch up to Bob within 2 laps? 2-second gap right now. Even if he does catch up to him, he has to pass him. Because right now, Plays is in first, but he has that 5-second penalty. CSKL once again with a fast lap, almost into the 139s. JBTC still trying to get around variable 1 for 6 there. And Madsen, he's still trying to do anything he can to try and catch up to Bob. Bob, he's now slowly losing time to Plays. He's going to finish first, but that penalty might move him back to 3rd. Still could get a podium out of it if CSKL doesn't catch up, catch up 5 seconds a lap. Madsen, though, he caught up about 2/10 there in that corner, but he lost about a 10th coming out of it, so he's still about 2 seconds behind him. And Bob caught about 0.3 on Plays there in that corner. JBTC, if he has some really fast lap and a half here, he could get past variable 1 and maybe no one with that 5-second time penalty that both of them have. But we'll see what Madsen. Something happened to Bob. I think Bob got wide or something. Madsen is under a second. This is definitely going to get. He's about a second. He's about a second behind. Coming to white flag. Presented by Credit One Bank. 1 to go here at Bahrain. It's a battle between Bob and Madsen. Madsen, he's in the DRS zone. He's caught up from 2 seconds to about 0.7. He just has to. This next DRS zone, you can try and catch up next to him. What's Bob going to do? He can't make a mistake. He has to save some of that overtake to the very end. Save it for the last straightaway or so. JBTC is still trying to get around variable 1 for 6. He's on the inside of him. He's going to do it. He's going to also try and catch up to no one in 5th. CSKL might finish 4th here. But we're going to continue on this battle. Madsen is there. He's coming up. He's trying on the inside. He can't quite get it. Bob still technically leading this race. He plays with the 5-second penalty. To the heavy braking zone. Here we go. Another DRS zone. Bob, is he going to break the draft? What's he going to do? Variable 1, JBTC still fighting each other. JB might just get 6 here. How about Bob Madsen? Can he do it? Does he have enough time? Does he have enough overtake? Does he have enough DRS? Does he have enough? He's all over the back bumper. JB tries to cut the corner a little bit, trying to gain as much time as he can at JB. He's about right behind him. What's he gonna do? Bob might have to go defensive here. He's gonna go defensive. He's gonna go on the inside. What's Bob gonna do? Bob's gonna stick on the inside, still on the inside of him. Can he quite get it? No. Bob he got a better outrun of it. Bob wins here at Bahrain. Madsen almost had him, finishing 2nd. Good race between these two. Plays getting a podium, finishing 3rd. CSKL 4th. No one is going to end up finishing in 5th here, so congratulations to him. But wow, Bob Madsen, I thought they were going to make contact there in the final 2 turns. But Bob got around him. He just had a better run off the turn, I guess. Using the rest of his overtake, I suppose. So congratulations. Oh, that's a Bob for winning here at Bahrain over Madsen. Madsen's 2nd, plays the 3rd. Congrats to those top 3 finishers for a podium. CSKL, good race in 4th. No one finishing with the top 5, so good on him. JBTC in 6th. A variable 1 just crossing the line, finishing out the rest of the racers in 7th. That was interesting, crazy race there, especially at the end. Just like I said, deja vu, just like in the sprint race. Madsen almost did it. Driver of the day goes to CSKL. Congratulations to him. He also had the fastest lap. But crazy last 2 laps there. As I thought Madsen was almost had him. He went to the inside, nearly got past him, but Bob just had a better run than the outside and used the rest of his overtake there, it looked like. So congrats to him on the win. Madsen, 2nd place. And Plays getting 3rd, so congratulations to those top 3. Here's your results. Oh, that's about with the win. Madsen finishing 2nd, Plays in 3rd, finishing at your podium. CSKL in 4th, no one in 5th, JBTC in 6th, and Variable 1 rounding out in 7th. CSKL with the fastest lap, 140.043, so congratulations to him. He scores 14 points, so good on him. So that was F2 series, JBRL at Bahrain. It was a crazy sprint race and main event. So congratulations to Bob for winning here. And we will see you next time for the next race here in the F2 series or the F1 series. And I hope everyone else has a good rest of their day, and we'll see you next time here in the JBRL.